I had on shorts, you guys, and then realized that I missed a whole spot on my leg when I was shaving. So if you are a girl or guys that shave, you probably have experienced this as well. I don't know how it even happens. I really do. I feel like I take my time. I feel around my leg as I'm doing it, but I missed a whole spot. So serving up some joggers, and I'm probably gonna regret it because it is already like 95 degrees, but should go pretty fast. I am doing a bridge block, you guys. I have Spoto press, good mornings, and then the rest of it is an upper workout, so it should go pretty fast. If you guys are aware, or if you're not aware, I pretty much do the same things all of the time. So if you are in a block and you are switching around your workouts every single week, you are not going to see as much progress. It's just not optimal. So I see a lot of influencers all the time, you know, posting, trying this workout today, trying that workout, and that's fine, right? I mean, to me, movement is movement. Whatever gets you in the gym and gets you working out is good. On the flip side, it's just not as optimal as progressively overloading, doing the same workouts every single week, and knowing by, you know, the end of the block at week 6, I started here at week 1 and I ended the block week 6 here, so that you know you're progressing. You don't know if you're getting good at an exercise if you're not doing it long enough to progressively overload that exercise. So let's get started. I'm gonna start with my 3 count pause bench, go to good mornings, and then do the upper workout. Let's go. Okay, you guys, actually it's a 3 count pause bench, not a Spoto today. Actually, I hadn't looked at my app before I started the first recording. This is my working weight. I am doing a bridge block. So if you've never done a bridge block, I highly recommend it. It's one of my favorite blocks to do in the app. This alternates between heavy and light weeks. Today is my heavier week on this day. Again, I'm only in week 2, so as I get into week 4, the weight will get heavier, and then again in week 6, it'll get heavier. So I have 27 total reps with this weight with a 3 count pause bench. One thing you want to make sure when you are doing the bridge block is the whole point of it is to hone in really great and good technique. So that basically means if at 3 reps you feel your technique starting to falter, or I feel like, oh my God, my 3 count pause went to a 1 count pause, then go ahead and rack it. Set your timer for the allotted time. I believe today is 90 seconds in between sets, and then start your next set. You want to make sure each rep is perfect and looks exactly the same. Okay, so I had 27 total reps on bench, finished up there, did sets of 6, and then my last set was 3 reps. So I believe my technique was good on all of them. I was able to maintain that 3 count pause and keep it speedy and perfect each rep. And next up, I have good mornings. You guys have seen me do these before. Again, you'll just notice that I do kind of the same things every single block. I obviously will change up some of the variations that I do as well as the accessories, but for the most part, doing the same stuff, doing the boring things has, you know, really kept me progressing, has kept me getting stronger. So don't be afraid of the boredom. That's just kind of par for the course. Gonna go ahead and start warming up for these good mornings. Talked about this before. I like to have a little bit of a lower positioning on my back instead of up on my neck. Kind of keep the same stance as I would for my deadlift and my squat, and really hinging, pushing the butt out, trying to get really deep here with the range of motion. And like I've discussed before, if you want consistency in these, doing them inside the rack with pins set up so that the pins are in a position where you know if I touch those each time, my range of motion is consistent. I'm gonna go ahead, do all my warm-up sets, get to my working weight, and then I'll film the first couple sets of that so you can see what they look like. Okay, I've made it to my working weight now. Same kind of thing. 3 is gonna be the minimum, 6 is gonna be the maximum. Again, maintaining really good, strict form throughout. Let's see how it feels. Like I said earlier, I actually don't mind doing the rest periods on bench, but for whatever reason on lower, I don't know, when I set that clock, not so much for good mornings, but definitely for squats and deadlifts, 75 seconds, 90 seconds, never seems like enough, but it's actually good to increase your work capacity. So don't be lazy. If you need to, just do 3 reps, set the timer, and then do 3 more. If that's what's holding you back is your work capacity and not necessarily your technique. But yeah, if you don't hate that 10 seconds remaining after a set, I really don't know what's wrong with you. Okay, made it to the final set. Overall went really well. Did the same thing. I was able to do 6 reps for each set. Last set was 3. Also, outfit change, you guys. It is too hot. Legs might be hairy, but you're not gonna be able to see it on camera, so it's all good. But beauty of training in your garage. You can just go back and forth into the house, change your outfit 3 times if you need to, but literally, I was like sweating. It was like dripping down my legs, and I was literally grossed out by it. So yeah, let's finish the rest of this workout. Okay, so next up, oops. Okay, next up I have box push-ups. I don't have boxes here, so I'm gonna use my parallettes. One thing I will say when you are doing plyo push-ups, start on the floor just doing regular push-ups and kind of just feel the momentum just off of the floor before you get onto elevated boxes or parallettes. Mainly because you wanna be warmed up sufficiently, but also as you're coming up to these, you wanna make sure that you are, your cat-like skills are ready to catch the bar. So I'm gonna show you how I do these. Parallettes, I like to start from the bottom. Walk it down. Okay, so I have 4 sets of 5 of those. One thing is you always just have to trust your hands where they're gonna land. It is definitely much easier on boxes. This is definitely heightens the danger level a little bit more. I have missed before. Actually, these aren't very high. I've usually missed just grabbing here or hitting on the opposite side, but these aren't really high enough to cause any type of damage. So just be careful when you're doing them, but also trust yourself when you're doing them. Next up, I have chin-ups. It's very important if you do a lot of pull-ups to make sure you're doing the reverse and doing chin-ups. It is gonna help your bicep tendon, your elbow feel better and get stronger. So make sure if you're always doing a pull-up to reverse it and sometimes put chin-ups in your programming. That being said, I feel like I've said this before, but I really do enjoy chin-ups. I feel like, at least for me, it's much easier than doing pull-ups. And you know what? I like easy, especially on workouts like today where I'm dying of heat. And we're gonna go ahead and try to get 8 to 10, I think that's 3. On the accessory exercises for the bridge block, usually gives you a total rep count, so anywhere between 40 and 60 reps depending on what the exercise is. So I'll probably do 4 sets, 8 to 10, and see where I'm at. Some sets might be 12, some sets might be 8. Kind of just again with everything else that we're doing in bridge, just make sure the technique is really good. And I also time my rest periods on all the accessory exercises to match the rest period timing that I do for my main lifts. So it is 90 seconds, so I'll do 90 seconds in between each set, and then we'll move on to the next thing. Okay, next up I have dumbbell front raises. I ended up doing 5 sets of chin-ups, 3 sets of 10, 1 set of 8, and then a set of 6. Needless to say, I'm tired, I'm sweating, but we must keep going. Raises, sometimes I'll do them with dumbbells. I also like doing them with the plate, doing plate raises that way. So whatever you have available and whatever feels the most comfortable. And if you need to spice it up, if you are at a home gym, sometimes it's fun to go from the dumbbells to a plate, even adding like a little twist at the top. Also provide some variation there. But last thing I have left is tricep exercise and then an ab exercise. And then that's it. Okay, last accessory before abs is skull crushers. Really no great technique tips here other than don't actually hit your skull. Some people like to go far back behind. I like to go right by the side of my face, pretending there's a wall where my elbows are, so that I try to keep as strict as form as possible. There's different ways you can do the side planks too. You can do it with the reach, dropping the hip down and back up. I'm just kind of holding it, because I'm tired, kind of lazy. I'm literally sweating and my floor here in the garage is disgusting. So 10 more seconds. Good. Okay. I have 3 more sets of that, so I'll go ahead and finish that up. Just wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching and following along with my training today. As usual, if you have any questions or comments, things you want to see, go ahead and put that in the comments below. Also, do not forget, if you want to join the strongest and the best community out there, go to juggernautai.app. You get 2 weeks free there, and we'd love to have you guys. So thank you guys again. Hope that you're having a good weekend, a good week, a good day, whatever day this gets posted on, and until next time.